Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Inward Clarity by Mala's Verse. The reading that we are going to do today is on messages that Source or Spirit wants to give, or your higher self wants to give, or your spirit guide, spirit team would want to share with you when it comes to your relationship with self trust in the specific situation you might be in right now. As always, only take messages that resonate with you and empower you. Do not take anything that is not true for you at all. And before we get into the reading, take a few deep breaths and breathe out through your mouth. And now, as we do that, I'm going to ring the singing bowl. Set the intention for the messages to come through for your highest good. And we have three piles to choose from. This is the first group, which is the Klimt Tarot. Group number two is Chrysalis Tarot. And the third group is the Wild Unknown Tarot. So, again, if you would like to pause, take a few moments to center yourself, do that. You can pause the video and choose one or more piles. I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile one. If you chose the Klimt Tarot, this is going to be your reading. Before we get into the cards, actually, let's do some messages that might want to come through psychically or through channeling. Connecting with your energy, group one. So with group one, I'm already seeing like a crystal coming up, a pink one. So it could be rose quartz, but it's more so a crystal shape, and the color is pink. So some of you must be working with rose quartz or with the energy of love, relationships, romance. Yet with pink, I'm always drawn towards the meaning that pink is more so innocent, pure love, very divine, devotional love. So many of you might be strengthening your connection with your spirit team in some way, shape, or form. And I wonder if some of you are actually doing inner child healing, or you are connecting to your inner child more. So that's also bringing up that softness in your energy, pile one. And this is certainly associated with your connection with the subject of self trust. So there could be chances that you're indulging in activities, in group activities, even. And I perceive that these group activities are a little bit of a challenge because I am also getting the color purple, but color purple in the sense of, you know, the emotion that's coming through is betrayal, because the purple color is reminding me of poison. Um, and there's deep grief. Wow. There's been certain truths that you had to accept, and it came through in not so comfortable ways. It felt like swallowing poison. Of course, some of you might be aware of Neelkant Shivaji and his story. While his story is different, but he swallows the poison for the good of all. And not swallows, but he, places it in his throat. He doesn't take it in. So I wonder if you are a person, you are the kind of people who chew on your words, you might even walk on eggshells around people because you don't want to hurt people's feelings. That could be one of the traits that you may have. And so all of these things are associated with your connection when it comes to self-trust, because probably being in all honesty and all, like being in all honesty and all of the truths that you are, or in all of your authenticity has been triggering for people. And so it's much easier for you to shut yourself down. And more than shut yourself down, I do perceive, wearing a mask, not being your true self, even amongst people that you may call home or family. And it's been a tough lesson. And at the same time, what I'm perceiving is, while this betrayal and everything has been a bitter truth that you had to come to terms with, I don't perceive that you have any irritation or negative emotions around these people. Like you're not holding grudges, but it's more so grief. That's what I felt right when I saw that purple color. Huge grief in your heart center. For some of you, you may not even have met the grief yet, because I perceive that you might still be going through the anger phase. So within that anger is grief, that injustice of, why were you not received and honored as who you were. And I'm somehow for this pile strongly getting that it's friendships where this has developed. Anyway, now we'll get into your cards. This is going to be a short reading, I perceive, but let's see. So first we'll look at the Soul's Journey cards. Your what is your journey? Wow, yeah, what is your journey? Probably, but my intention is more so what is your current relationship with self-trust. What is it forming into? So service is at the bottom of the deck. I feel good when I can help others. That's what, you are not, that's what I was getting. Like you are not holding grudges against people, even though they've hurt you. Because in some way, shape, or form, you understand that hurt people hurt people. First, let's see. So relationships. Was I not talking about relationships? We talk, and we have purple color. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. And the next one is denial. I did tell you, right, that some of you are not, accepting that there is grief. Rather, you are more into the phase that it's anger. Denial. I mean, you're not only in the acceptance of the anger or rage that you might have right now. For some of you, it could even be resentment. So, denial is I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So, your self trust. Pile one, group one, I can see that, especially with the flower of life here, you're able to, connect the dots. Some of you are really going into the past in the sense that you're not staying there, but you're able to connect the dots from your past as to how did this flower of life, but this kind of life interweave into your experience, and how did it become the core of your experience as to how you trust yourself in relationships. Do you trust especially your intuition, your intuitive hits or not? So, and I perceive that you are at this moment able to recognize, at least even if there is some denial, but I do perceive that there's some sort of awareness that where it's coming from, or you're genuinely making efforts, or you're genuinely curious rather to understand where the crux is, where the self-trust got broken. And then we have denial is where your self-trust journey is going. So I do feel that there's expansion, and with this expansion, there's going to be something that you experienced recently also, some confrontation with uncomfortable truths, because there is denial, and it's going to open your sacral chakra, your emotional area a lot, your creativity a lot. You're going to bloom, but it's just that the blooming could be a little difficult for you here. Pile one, difficult in the sense that it's going to be a challenge filled journey, but it's not that you can't do it. I don't perceive that at all. It's just that it's going to be way out of your comfort zone, but moving out of it, it's going to, for some of you, may even ease up your energy around your sacral chakra, so your lower belly, in some way, shape, or form. If you're holding any issues there, maybe there's some ease that would come up, but it's going to be a little bit of a challenging journey, is what I'm perceiving here. And let's see what's this card. Wow, trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. Powerful energy is group one, isn't it? Really powerful. So you are moving there. That I mean, this card had to come up on its own. It's not my choice intentionally, but my intention was to also receive messages from your guides as to what you need to hear. And this is the first card they chose. You are certainly for sure. This file is very strongly working on on the self trust. Anyhow, now let's move to your tarot cards, and I might have to pick up a few crystals to take care of the imagery. So the first card is second, third, what would be this? Wow, I'll have to pick them up quickly so I don't forget. Um, all right, just give me a moment. Let me just check the imagery. Yep, might need crystals for all of them. So we have the King of Chalices, which has been your past energy with self-trust. So you've been quite giving. And so much so that with King of Chalices, I would perceive, I mean, I would would say that it's like you held the torch, you held the cup for everybody but yourself. So that's why maybe the trust thing is coming through. Then we have Hanged Man. Yeah, that's the energy you are in right now with your self-trust, where you are getting a new perspective about it. You are probably even going through some deep emotional stuff. Like I said, it seems uncomfortable, but deep emotional stuff, what I mean is some of you might be going through, the same pain you might have had with any traumas that caused this. So, of course, always seek help, seek support wherever you require. Definitely take support, take help. Don't, forget that. And then we have for where it's going, we have Five of Swords. So it's interesting that the Five of Swords here is a woman, but it's just one person. So I perceive that your self-trust journey it's going to feel a little better as it actualizes into your life, but it's going to make you really resilient to a lot of people's judgments, and you wouldn't give shit to what everybody else's opinion is, because this woman here is naked, so the vulnerability uh, is going to be a strength. I mean, you will not be afraid of being vulnerable in front of people, and you would know how to be vulnerable. And I'm getting the energy even when you are vulnerable and people will pass judgment. In case that happens, most likely, people do, because they are also looking at from their limited perspective in some way, shape, or form. So, not all of them, but some of them, right? So, anyway, my point is, whenever they do, you would be like, kiss my ASS. That's the energy I'm getting. And anyway, let's look at the challenges here. So the challenges are King of Pentacles and Nine of Wands. Yeah, it might threaten your sense of security in some way, shape, or form. I wonder if this requires, disconnecting from an energy um, that has been providing you in some way, shape, or form. Maybe it's a partner, a parent, could be anything, or it could very well be a stable job. For some of you, this could be a job in the sector of government, so the government sector, essentially. That's what I'm getting with the King of Pentacles. But with the Nine of Wands here, I do perceive that the challenge will be you might be defensive because it has provided you this King of Pentacles has provided you a lot. It's seen you through a lot of things. So, I'm perceiving a sense of loyalty, something around loyalty that you will be overcoming here. And it's going to be a little difficult, but you will be able to see how it's, keeping you stagnant and not letting you have full control. And not just control, it's like you don't have a choice in your own life. That's the energy I'm getting in some way, shape, or form, because you're outsourcing it. You're outsourcing your trust to others and how they receive you. So that's changing. And that when you get that outsource, I mean, when you shift that outsourcing to inward sourcing, it's going to be difficult. It's going to bring up things that's not easy to face. Now let's see what's the future like. We have Nine of Swords. So this is as per current energy, because I do perceive that there might be anxiety episodes or things that, would lead to overthinking. But let's see the advice as well. We have Two of Pentacles. So you can handle this. Like I said, you just need someone to, break it down for you, maybe even breadcrumb it for you. Because here we have a woman who's giving something to two kids, right? I hope you can see the image, but I mean, it's PG. Is it PG-13? But anyway, it's not allowed for us to show it on YouTube. So she is sharing a bowl of food or water, something like that, with two kids here. So, like I said, this pile is doing inner child healing. So, your advice is definitely to receive help from someone who has gone through this journey. And I'm receiving more so like a motherly energy. So, very well, of course, could be your mother, but I'm receiving more so like a therapist or a healer. I'm getting a lot of healer energy, someone who can hold space for you. So, of course, if you resonate with therapy more, certainly look into it. And for others of you, I do perceive that this could even be connecting with alternative healing practices like um, Ayurveda and everything. So earth-based elements as well, where you drink things that replenish your body. You go through a natural cleanse for the body, because even that's going to help you a lot. It's going to reset your nervous system, reset your body, reset your. It's going to rejuvenate your energy a lot. So that's what I'm getting. Your energy, your connection with self-trust is certainly improving, but don't shoot the messenger. As I've repeated again and again, it does seem like a challenging journey, but it's not something that you won't be able to do at all. That's not the case. It's just that always seek help during these challenging times. Look for community, look for people who can hold you during this tough space. Wow, space and phase. Excuse me, I have a bit of a cold, but anyway. So, and also finding people with whom you can just spend, regular daytime with. You don't have to always talk about healing with them, because I do feel like as you're integrating this, at the same time, you need some fresh energy to reassure your body, your awareness, your mind as to things are getting better. Reassure your journey of self-awareness, wow, and self-trust too, as you strengthen your connection with self-trust. So pile one or group one, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose the Chrysalis Tarot, this is going to be a reading. But before we get into the cards, first I will connect with your energy and let's see what needs to come through psychically or through channeling. So group two, yes, it sounds a little out there, but I am specifically getting this for this group, which is crystalline beings. So some of you might resonate with that. I'm especially getting a lot of clear quartz energy essentially, and white crystal energy. Also, I'm getting reminded of the movie. I have not seen the movie, just in bits and pieces. Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, something like that. So some of you might like that movie, or you know, have had some sort of an awakening, some awareness come through that movie. Now I'm getting reminded of, while I forgot the actor's name, but he's also in Blade Runner. So somehow I'm also getting reminded of that. Maybe you like these kind of movies and, it's your taste. Something around that is there. As soon as I ask about or look into what is your connection with self-trust, I immediately get drawn to the opposite color, which is black. And it's basically, it feels like a black hole, so everything is being sucked in. Some of you, I perceive that whether you are aware of, concepts like womb healing, because some of you, I do perceive that you are aware that life was tough for you since you were in the womb. And essentially, as per many studies as well, the first few months is when self-trust is formed. So just in the beginning itself, there's been a push-pull, a clash sort of an energy with what self-trust is for you or trusting yourself, rather essentially your relationship with trust in general. So I perceive a lot of fear for this pile, not feeling safe in the body. So I hope that you are taking the necessary steps to feel safe in your body, to soothe yourself, be it in any way, shape, or form. And I'm so proud of you for anything and everything you are doing to be here, to be in this moment, to choosing every single day. Truly. Uh, I'm getting emotional. These, you guys are some tough souls for sure. If, or, I mean, by default, you're tough souls because I can perceive that you've taken up quite strong challenges for this lifetime. Wow. All of these messages are so strong, so trigger warning, or please be at ease when I say these things. I mean, I'm not even going to say something very specifically or explicitly, but I'm getting reminded of, splinters or something breaking. I mean, splinters, yes, and splinters of crystal or something like that. And when that cuts you, because they are really small, and I'm getting the color black only for them as well. So I'm receiving this quote, which is death by a thousand cuts. So it's been a perpetual journey of challenges when it comes to trust for you, pile number two. And I wonder if that is why we have this deck for you, which is the Chrysalis Tarot. Anyway, is there anything else? The splinter thing is quite strong. So I perceive that instead of even bigger events, these smaller events have left some things that you might not even consider as too huge to leave an impact, have left an impact on your subconscious mind. And now let's get into the cards as to what is currently your relationship with self-trust and where are you going with it. Okay. Courage. Oof. Relationships. Interesting. So with courage we have, I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. And relationships, I'm attracted to those people who serve my fear. I was talking about your pile experiencing a lot of fear. I am attracted to those people who serve my higher good. And the fear one says, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So pile two, group two. Wow, there's a lot of energy here. I wonder if some of you do resonate with the energy of, rising from the phoenix or rising from the ashes. And also I'm specifically getting for some of you, if you resonate with goddess Mahakali, and if she has been a supporting or guiding light for you, I wonder if that's the case for some of you. Anyway, your current relationship certainly is coming from inner strength. So even I perceive that because you have seen through so much, you have seen a lot of small events or even big events, culminating in your life, and all of them culminating into, not culminating, but all of them, yeah, rather culminating into the courage that you have. So you are the person who lives by the code that, um, do it even if you're fearful, essentially. I don't remember the code exactly, but that's what it is. So do it scared, do it afraid. That's the energy I'm receiving. So it's not that you were able to totally overcome your fear, but you faced and you moved through it. So your response is more fight than flight. That's what I'm receiving. Get with the fight. There are chances that you've suppressed a lot of things, a lot of intensity when it comes to this fear, and maybe that's why we were getting that black hole energy, being sucked in. And with courage and relationships, I am perceiving that the healing or the transformation that you're going through when it comes to your relationship with trust and trusting yourself is going to open up a lot of doorways to relationships. And I'm also somehow getting reminded of, oh wow, I don't remember the movie now. There is this movie which is I don't remember the name of the movie, but the storyline is a person, um, basically the guy meets a girl and they fell in love, etc. And he researches the anatomy or biology of eyes, and he traced it. So she passed away, and he still had the images of her eyes, right? So he traced it and found that the same set of eyes were given to a girl, not given to a woman. Wow, a girl was born with the same set of eyes in another country, and so he searched for her and he found her, and he could also see that the girl that he was dating or was with was scared of, I think, lifts or closed places or something like that. And also this younger girl was, when he met her, she also expressed the same fear. So for him, it was an awareness that, the soul has transferred through the eyes. And somehow that's the movie that's coming through. And it makes sense if you are, this pile, if you will resonate with star seeds and crystalline beings, etc. So you are open to such concepts in some way, shape, or form, I feel. And so there's something about with the relationships card, that's the movie I got reminded of. So I perceive that the more you are able to stand firm in trusting yourself and knowing and trusting yourself in the sense that you are not defensive. Right now, you are trusting yourself, but I do perceive, like I said, that fight energy. So there is defense, but trusting yourself in a way, or having trust so much in yourself and your life, that you're not perturbed immediately or you don't jump to conclusions, and that's going to help you create relationships or even see in your relationships coming forward, I mean coming in the future, in the near future. As you resolve this, you'll be able to see how everything made sense. And also I'm perceiving that you might perceive a past life connection or a soul tribe energy for sure, with the connections that are coming in for you, pile number two. Now let's get into your tarot. All right. So we have the illusionist, Knight of Stones, which is Knight of Pentacles. Then we have the lovers. Relationships are really strong here. And then we have storyteller, hermit. So pile two, with a Knight of Stones or Knight of Pentacles, the illusionist. Like I said, you used illusion for as your strengths to survive. That's why I was saying, like, you have a lot of things that you've suppressed, but you've, soldiered on. You a lot of fears that you have suppressed, or the fear is there, but you may not have directly looked at it to heal it. And that's completely fine, because this is a step-by-step process, and I'm sure you're going to do it. And in a way it's showing up. You are going to experience it in bits and pieces. With, if some of you, maybe you are in a new relationship right now, you might be experiencing this in relationships moving forward, where your self-trust, your idea of self-trust, or your relationship with trust is a little muddled. It's, it's in a little bit of a murky water area, or a cesspool even, it's interlinked with a lot of things which don't serve you. And you are and I would say that this self-awareness is the energy you are in right now, not just being aware of how it was in the past. Right now I do perceive that you're experiencing these things in your intimate connections, or any kind of a connection that's really close to you. We have the sun and the moon here, so there is definitely, more awareness or more light being thrown into your subconscious, and where do the roots lie for that. Then we have the storyteller, hermit. Of course, this is going to become a huge part of your wisdom, your soul's journey. And for a lot of you, I do feel like this is something you're going to share with the world, and we're going to heal people with your story. Now, let's see what's the challenge here. Towards first, yeah, indecision or trying to hurry up the process in some way, shape, or form could be an obstacle in understanding what is the true nature of the relationship that you have with trust. And then we have Seven of Spirals, Seven of Wands, as to the advice, like stand your ground with courage as you're already doing it, but be open to the awareness that comes through, because these awarenesses might trigger your responses to fight. At the same time, the advice is definitely that even if you would want to find that fight, that's completely fine. But more so, I'm getting rather choose to take a moment before you start a fight here, and be more compassionate towards yourself by being honest with yourself. Honesty is a great self honesty, or honesty with your brutal honesty with yourself is one of the greatest forms of self love, is what I personally feel. Then we have the healer, page of mirrors. So, like I said, with the hermit card itself, I was saying that your story is going to heal people, and then we have the healer. So I do perceive that the outcome of this entire journey, and you've done a lot of the tough part already in a way, yet the truth, it always PISS es off us off. So it's difficult to digest the truth at times. So that kind of a discomfort might be there, yet because you have a fighter personality, pile number two or group number two, I perceive that you will be able to move through it with much more ease. And I also perceive that it's going to create a Buddha like ease in you're going to be with you are going to be in ease within your body as you resolve this. So, Pile 2, that's all that I have for you. Thank you so much for joining. I hope that this was helpful in some way, shape, or form. Do share your thoughts in the comment section below. Do like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you again so much for joining. And I would just like to say that always take what resonates with you and empowers you. And for anything that you require professional help for always seek professional help. That's all. So thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Hi, Pile 3. If you chose the Wild Unknown Tarot, this is going to be your reading. Before we get into the cards, and I'll connect with your energy and let's see what needs to come through psychically or through any channel, basically channeling. Any messages that need to come through like that. I wonder if Pile 3 is working through internal rage or internalized rage, because I'm also getting a lot of swift energy, strong Martian energy. So lava is the thing that's coming through, but it's not slow moving lava. This is lava that's spitting out. It's fiery, it's aggressive. That's the energy I'm getting. So dark red is also, or not dark in the sense that it's really dark, but intense red rather, and it's bright as well. That's the energy I'm receiving for this pile. Tested by the fire or tested through the fire. Um these are the words that are coming through for you guys. You, pile number 3, seem like the go-getter types because you take life by the chains, or I don't know what that code is, because essentially you do um take life by the reins, whatever that is, and you take charge quite strongly. So, and you do not listen to anybody. I'm getting that. That's why that Mars energy is coming through. So maybe some of you have strong Aries placements, so you just have that kind of a personality where you do not listen to anybody. Rebel is the energy that's coming through. Whew, and for some of you, what I'm receiving is your relationship with trust is wounded because of time, in the sense that things didn't happen at the right time when they should have happened. So that's why maybe you have that energy of urgency. Like it's not happening the way I want or at the time that I would like to have it. So let me take charge and let me manifest it or actualize it rather. Essentially, let me take the steps to actualize it in some way, shape, or form. So while you have taken the steps and things have worked out and things have not worked out as well, but it has not deterred you. Yet your wounding with trust comes from somehow not yeah, so things not working out in the sense in the right time. So with that, what I'm receiving is that mm, the elements were not working out for you, so fate was not working out for you, or people that were supposed to support you in some way, shape, or form, even if it's group activities or at home or with friends in whatever shape or form, they were not taking the roles that they were supposed to, so you had to be the leader. And that's why maybe that Aries energy is coming through. And maybe that's why that animalistic energy is also coming through with the deck that you have chosen, which is the Wild Unknown Tarot. So you are a wild energy, pile number 3. So let's get into your cards as to what is your current connection with trusting yourself or self-trust. Gratitude. Yeah, that makes sense. We have love at the bottom of the deck. So gratitude makes sense, that I perceive that your connection with trust is in the fact that you're trusting yourself, because you are the one who's taken up the decision to show up for yourself. And with this blue color, what I'm perceiving is many a times this could have been you having to put your foot down and speaking up for yourself, and you are genuinely grateful to yourself for the same thing. Then we have judgment, where I perceive that the change that is happening in the connection, or the evolution that is happening in the connection that you have with trust, is that you are going to look at things from a larger or a broader scheme of things, like a bird's eye view, and you are going to understand everyone's role in the situations that were created in some way, shape, or form from a higher self perspective. And that's going to clear your discernment a lot. And in case you were judging people because of whatever has happened in the past, so from that algorithm that's going on in your mind, because of that, yes, of course, it must have protected you in some way, shape, or form, but it has also created thorns, because of which the right people with love here might not have reached where it has to reach within you, deep within you, right? So I'm perceiving that the evolution that's happening with trust right now for you, pile number 3, is that you're going to open up to people a lot more, because you're able to see the awareness that's coming through is, all life is a play, it's a drama, and everyone's playing a specific role. So I perceive that that's the kind of awareness that's going to come through for you and into you quite strongly. So, and you will be able to recognize everyone's role and what it meant for you, what it created for you, and what it did not create for you, because of which you were able to discover your own creativity, your own creative strength. Because what I'm getting reminded of is that comedian, the guy Seinfeld. I don't know everything about him. I just saw one post from him which said that adversity, and I'm sure the quote must have either come from him or somebody else, but adversity is the ground for true creativity. And that's the energy I'm getting here. So you are going to recognize that even strongly so. So let's see what your cards are here to tell us, the tarot cards. Tarot cards. At the bottom, we have the High Priestess. So let's see. We have Ten of Wands. We've been carrying a lot. Then we have Six of Wands, and we have Two of Pentacles. Hmm. Ten of Cups, Eight of Wands, a surge of energy, and then we have the Empress. So group number three, certainly in the recent past, and maybe some of you even now, you're carrying a lot of load when it comes to trust, though essentially because the core belief that you may cannot trust outside sources in any way at all is still lingering on. It's still heavy. But with the Six of Wands, I do perceive that you're going to like this transformation where you will be able to see everything from a broader perspective is going to open you up a lot. Especially it's going to open up your heart center for love. And I'm also getting that maybe your words towards yourself are also going to soften a lot, and that in turn is going to soften your connection with other people. And this the communication is going to be very much heart centered, because I do perceive that maybe it's already happening with the Six of Wands here. Or because I what I'm perceiving is people are also recognizing how much you've gone through, and like some of them are genuinely recognizing the hard work and the hard path you had to take and how it has transformed you. And so there's genuine appreciation and recognition that is coming your way, and more so like from, and this recognition doesn't seem material, but more so recognition in a heart to heart way, like they recognize the strength of your being, your soul. And moving forward with the Two of Pentacles, what I'm receiving is it's going to be a little bit of a tumultuous ride, but it's certainly going to create like the transformation that's happening in the relationship that you have with trust. It's going to be a little bit of a zigzag or a seesaw kind of a connection. Connection as it's evolving, but you're definitely going to transform it into a really strong innate wisdom. And for this pile, I'm getting like this wisdom is going to create a lot of freedom and ease, and like I can perceive a sigh of relief, so that's probably because you're going to put the Ten of Wands, the weight or the load down. And the challenge here with the Ten of Cups is I wonder if some of this is coming from, not some of this, but a major chunk of it is coming from how you've seen family relationships. So the advice is to move like an arrow, with precision and with speed and a lot of intensity. You have to cut through these cords, and I'm not saying cutting cords with all of your family members, but it's more so that energetic cords that have been created in your subconscious mind about what trust is, or who you can trust or who you can't trust. So discharging the emotional charge essentially, and discharging the intensity through precision and clarity. With the Eight of Wands here, I would want to have more clarity with what this Eight of Wands is. And the ending card is Empress. That's Empress is impressive because like I said, this freedom, this abundance. You're not going to feel a lot of lack, which you may be perceiving. Eight, oh, 10 of Swords. Wow. It's really gruesome, the imagery. So this backstabbing energy that you might have perceived, not perceived, experienced rather, I perceive that this transformation that is happening is going to give you awareness about, how to move through this with sharp clarity and not get entangled in the emotional intensity and charge of it all. Eight of Cups is that, sorry, this is Seven of Cups. So it's all about illusions. So that's what, the illusions that has been created because of the wounds that are still there, because of the betrayal you might have, not might have, for some of you, for sure, you've gone through. But 10 is the number we have got. So there is certainly a huge, we have three tens, pile number three, and we have the Empress too. So there's a huge, huge turn and transformation happening for you, especially with these butterflies also coming through. So the perception or awareness you have of what trust is, or how people are in the world, or your idea of the world, which is a little bit, not little bit, with the Seven of Cups and all that has happened, even if it's just few concepts or few ways of being, or how you few things that you understand about the world, that they're completely wrong, or they do not work out at all, or you can't trust anybody at all of these things are rooted in these emotional wounds that you have. So with the Eight of Wands, what I'm perceiving is you are going to get like intense awareness, information rather, and with Eight of Wands, I do perceive this to be awareness coming through more in spiritual ways. And for some of you, this could be messages or awareness coming through in your dreams or meditation that can help you move through, like I said, this entanglement. It will help you to strike just one arrow here, and it's going to cut all these entanglements and help you have more clarity. So like I said, it's not entirely giving up or ending whatever you have with your family. Rather, it's discharging that emotional charge which is still controlling your subconscious. And then we have the Empress. So there's a lot of abundance that's going to come through. I still want some clarity on the Eight of Wands here. Yes, Son of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. So I wonder if, this is through spiritual practices or some of your innate gifts are being activated in your sleep. For some of you, I perceive Son of Pentacles is probably, is it Page of Pentacles or Knight of Pentacles again? Yeah, that's the Knight of Pentacles. So it's going to be a slow paced, or more than slow paced, I perceive that the intensity of the messages would be so fast and strong that it would be not easy for you to accept it in one go. So with the Knight of Pentacles, you will do your own research, you will do your own inner work with this for sure, but it's going to give you some result, some awareness, some strategy that's going to help you move past this entanglement with one precise strike. That's the awareness that's coming through strongly for some reason. And I perceive this to be more of an innate knowledge than innate knowledge through maybe various things that you have studied, through the research that you have done, more than anybody else coming and guiding you for pile 3. That's what I'm receiving. And with the Empress card, of course, you're going to be really abundant. We have that red color here, isn't it? The color that I was talking about in the beginning, but it's represented in such a different way here for you, pile 3. But yeah, your abundance is going to be so strong. So even in the darkest of times, even if people are not there, um, you won't have the wound. You will have the awareness because you will be tapped into your emotion and intuition. That's what I meant. And more so, what I'm perceiving is your emotions will be so much at ease. I mean, you would be at ease with your emotions and understanding them, moving through them, letting it move through you. That you will, for the lack of a better word, stop holding grudges against people or humanity in general, is what I'm receiving. So only take what resonates and empowers you. Pile number 3, that's all that I have. Thank you so much for joining. And yeah, share comments and sorry, share thoughts in the comment section below. And I hope to see you in future readings. Thank you so much. Bye bye.